told me.
Really? Really? Okay, we're gonna stand and start the meeting. Stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we've got a packed agenda and a packed crowd, so I'm going to open up the public hearing. I expect that's probably why a number of you are here. Anybody that would like to speak, we'd like you to come up to the chair because the public does listen in, and if you don't, then they can't hear. So we'd really appreciate it if you came up one by one and state your name and your address where you live. So appreciate that. Before we go into the public hearing, I have a little recognition. On behalf of the Board of Trustees in the Village of Watkins Glen, man, thank you for your dedication and service as a Watkins Glen Village Trustee from 2018 to 2024. She's done an enormous job for this village, and we thank you immensely.
Very nice.
That's beautiful. Tonight is Nan's final meeting as a board member. Not that we're going to let her go. I got work that she already can start tomorrow. She's ready. And also, we'd like to congratulate Bob Carson. He was reelected for another 4-year term. We're really happy to have him on board as well.
Attaboy, Bob.
And then, last but not least, Stephen Kleeman is in the audience. He will be our new village trustee effective April 1st. Congratulations. Okay, I'm gonna switch things around just a little bit here. I'd like a motion to open the public hearing for the traffic law revisions, please.
I would like to move that we open the public hearing for the traffic law revisions.
Second.
Okay, I will, in just a few minutes, I will ask the public that wants to speak on that topic to come up. But we're gonna go back to number 4, so the public hearing is open. We'll leave it open for the entire meeting until we get to the voting items. The next item that we need to cover this evening is a mayor appointment for Robert Rassiter for the Watkins Glen Housing Authority. His term is up, so I'd love a motion, please.
Make a motion, we approve Robert Rossiter for a 5-year term with Watkins Glen Housing Authority.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, that is carried. Fred, thank you. Nan, how long of a term is that?
5 years.
Okay, 5 years. Okay, and the second appointment I will be making this evening is William Kennedy for the Associate Village Justice on a 2-year term. I'd like a motion, please.
I'll make a motion to appoint William Kennedy, Associate Village Justice, for 2 years. I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, that's also carried. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to ask Kristen Van Orn to come up from Larson Design Group. She's going to speak to us about the resolution that's in the packet forthcoming.
Good evening, everyone. I know most of you all know me.
Hello.
But I'm here in a whole new role. So I just want to give you all my information, and I know that Larson does a lot of the water, wastewater work for the village, but we also offer planning and GIS services, so just making sure you guys, would you like one more?
Sure. Let me see what you're doing.
And you guys are aware of the other services we provide beyond just our water and wastewater engineering services, but I am here for the water, wastewater engineering services component. So on my first day of work at Larson, they asked me if I could help write an EDA grant, so that's the Economic Development Agency, which is a federal grant, to help offset the cost of phase 2 of your water project. So you're currently well underway of your phase 1 water project. That's what's going on right now. So for phase 2, that's replacing a lot of the water mains, the fire hydrants, doing a lot of work to the existing water tank, doing some repairs for that. So that's about it's a $9 million project. So it's just over $9 million. And initially, when we talked to the EDA a few years ago, they indicated that they'll fund about $1 million worth of infrastructure money. When we had a call with them at the end of February, it was a really good call. They reviewed our application and indicated that we should ask for more money. So we asked they said to ask for 50% of the grant because that's what they'll fund, and asked us how quickly we could get it in. So I apologize that this didn't come to you much sooner. It's something we had been working on and thought we still had time to get it submitted because it's a rolling deadline. So there's no actual date the grant's required to be in, but based on our conversation, they really want to fund your project, which is very exciting.
It is.
So the resolution in front of you is committing the 50% match to that grant. So the village is required to cover $4,620,000 of the total project. So that's 50%. It doesn't prohibit you from going after additional money. I know that was a thing in the past, but this does not prohibit you from doing that. So we can still look at other funding for you to make up that $4 million gap. The village in 2020 did secure an EFC, which is the Environmental Facilities Corporation, 0% interest loan. And that was for $13.5 million. You used about $3 million of it for phase 1 of your water project. And we did confirm that with Municipal Solutions. So there's still plenty of money in that loan to cover this match requirement.
Yep, so the good news is, thank you. 4.4 million is not a small amount of money. Our water project is moving along, and it's huge, and it's wonderful for our village. Using that match is nice because we can use the loan instead of having to come up with that balance, so,
And it's a 0% interest loan.
yep, yeah.
You know, so it's ideal money for this kind of thing, and since you already have secured the loan, it's easy to use. So the EDA just is requiring a resolution that says you have the cash in hand, because that allows them to be confident that the project can go forward immediately if they fund it, right? They don't want to fund something that's just going to sit on the shelf or take a couple of years to get going. So Larson, you've already obtained them to do the engineering work for phase 2, and Amanda's underway on that, and it's at about 90% design now. So we'll be ready to go to bid when you guys have the funding.
So we're in a good position.
Yeah, and the EDA really likes that it's ready to go, and it's a phase 2, phase 1 is progressing well. They really liked all of those components of it.
Thank you for all your efforts, as always, on behalf of the
Of course.
village. Look forward to working with you more.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, just let me know, and if you need any planning and GIS services, email me.
Thanks, Kristen. All right, Heather Gilbert, come on up. Finger Lakes Compost. And I think there's a
There's
pamphlet.
some extra flyers there.
I have the flyers if anybody's interested. If you don't know me, let me introduce myself. I'm Heather Gilbert from Finger Lakes Compost. I'm a local service here in the Finger Lakes that collects food waste from businesses, institutions, residents, school, you name it, schools, restaurants, all of it. Breweries, wineries, we collect not just only food waste, we collect pumice, we collect wood chips, we collect a whole bunch of different mediums, and we bring them to our facility on 14 acres, and we process it and create a soil amendment that we distribute locally here in the Finger Lakes to help with our soil depletion that we have here because we are an ag area. The Finger Lakes is known for their agriculture, and also to give us an offset for our landfills. Everybody hates the landfills. They're kind of eyesore, a smell issue, and we have quite a few of them. They're going to be starting to close out, so some of them are applying for grants to get bigger or, registrations to get bigger, and So, we came along in 2018 to kind of offset that. We started in the schools, so actually Dundee School was kind of like a pilot run. We went into the school, we worked with the kids, we got them sorting the waste, then we went to like Schuyler Hospital, places that have more than just a restaurant. We had like large amounts to show them that it can be done. And so since then, we've just been continuing to grow, so it's something that's local that anybody can get into. Nan personally invited me to come. I've come and spoke before, but I think people are still really getting forward thinking on what we can do as individuals, as business owners, as community members to have a bigger impact. And it's simple and it's clean. So we provide the bins, you fill them up with everything that we accept, and then we swap out with a clean bin and take the entire bin. So there's no vermins, pest control is pretty much under control. And then having the beautiful product at the end to provide back. So that's kind of what we do in a little 360 kind of thing.
And Heather, in terms of, I know that with the municipality of Montour Falls.
Yes.
You have something going with the whole
Yep, so I
municipality,
was
so maybe explaining that a little bit.
Yep, I was
would be
gonna touch
great.
on that next.
Yeah.
Montour Falls is doing an incredible job. Hector was on board for a while. They slowed down because they don't have quite the community need for it. But Montour right now has 7 bins located around the village. And I go and speak at meetings, and then the mayor does a really good job helping me out, letting everybody know where the bins are and how they can be utilized. And then I pick them up weekly and swap them out, and it's been a really good thing. Contamination's been a little bit of an issue, but we just keep working with the village, and the more people hear us talk about it, it's gotten less and less. And they're actually looking to get more bins. BC Kate was composting the last 3 years. They didn't come back on this year because it was a little bit of a issue there. But other than that, they're doing phenomenal and they love it, and I don't see them stopping. Right now I'm working with Chemung County, also with the transportation and the planning to try to get it in their cities and their towns, because I think that everybody's looking forward to what they can do to impact, do their impact on sustainability. 40% of food that's, grown or produced is wasted. So, I mean, that's almost 50%. And then we have food insecurity, so just having people like me and, Rochester has a company, Syracuse has a company. If we all just keep working together, we can make it better, and landfills can, shrink, and we got recycling. I know it's a little broken, but we'll continue to work on that too.
So Heather, how does it work? Because now I'm going to be in competition with Montour. How does it work? So you have bins like,
Trash toters, yep.
yeah, and so residents bring it, whatever, and bring it, just dump it in there, and then you pick it up every week or so?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and they got grant money, which
Yep.
I'm sure you guys might be able to
Yep.
have access to. And so they did kind of like a promotion where they got little caddies, like kitchen caddies for people to like, hey, you can use these to bring your stuff to the buckets and dump them. So that kind of really got that going. And they provided some of the bio bags, which are the little green bags that are compostable, and that kind of got people into it because everybody's worried about the fuss and the change, and I think that was kind of like, it's easy, it is change, but it's something that everybody could do.
So what about animals getting into the bins?
So far, so good.
Really?
Not really. BCK, they had a little bit of an issue with some squirrels because some of my bins are soy-based, because they get used in the kitchen, but other than that, no. I do tell people just put a rock or a brick on it, like Two Goats Brewing, they have popcorn and a lot of stuff that's fun in there, so they'll just put a rock on top.
I could imagine that might be something that we'd want to think about for the park.
I will say up on my property, I've had bears take them, but we haven't had anything like in a town setting.
If we have a bear down here, we're in trouble. Great. It's a good reminder, because I meant to do it before and I didn't. I know you did,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, Nan's been rolling with me for a long time,
I
and
know.
actually I think there's like almost our whole street's doing it at this point, so it's
Well,
pretty
you know,
awesome.
The influence we have.
Mhm.
So those green bags that say they're compostable are okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, they gotta say, certified compostable.
Yeah.
You don't wanna get
Yeah.
your like produce bag from Wegmans, it's
Right,
green,
right.
but yeah.
Okay. Great, thanks.
And I'll leave
Thank
that
you.
there for anybody that wants it.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
I have more questions about that. I don't know if
individuals that would like to speak on behalf of our updated traffic law, please come forward one at a time. Speak your name and your address, please. Don't be shy, because I know you're not, because I know most of them. Hi, Mark.
Hello,
Hello.
Mark Mortimer, 600 North Perry Street. So myself, I thought the stop signs were always just a part of Perry, Porter, and McGee, I guess, learning that they weren't. But I guess the first question is like, why were they put in there, and is there a law saying they can't be? Like, where is this coming from as far as revising and that initially?
Well, I look to our sergeant of police. I don't think at least what I've researched, I don't think there's a law against it, but we're not supposed to be using stop signs for traffic control. Is that correct, Ethan?
That's all the research that several of us have come up with yet.
Yeah. How they got there, one could guess.
So I mean, I talked to a trustee that was between 2004, 2008. Believes they put him in 2006 with a question mark, wasn't sure. Basically was for like getting people to slow the heck down. It sounds like, I don't know if they did studies, but it sounds like they did some things where they were actually had some people clocked at 50 mile an hour coming down those roads at night. I guess the concern is we have probably 14 kids within a 1 block radius. That's not Perry, Porter. I'm
Yep.
talking just our block, Porter, McGee, 6th through 8th. And right now they don't even stop. So the concern is if we just take stop signs away, what are we creating with the traffic coming off of Franklin Street? Our GPS is telling them to come over to Porter, Perry, McGee to cross over and get up to Hector.
Yep.
You know, we have Walmart traffic as of right now that cuts through those areas now. So I guess just the protection of our children and bicycles, people walking the dogs, there's not any bicycle lanes on our roads, so.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I'll just say personally, I don't. I told you
Yeah.
that the other day.
And I know the police can't be out there patrolling, I mean, Perry and Porter and McGee every day.
Yeah.
But it's a concern when they don't stop and then we take them away.
Yeah, especially on McGee, because that's gonna be a freeway.
In McGee, there's only one stop sign, I believe,
Only one,
right?
yeah.
Because there's no 8th Street,
Right.
so.
No, there's 2 on McGee.
No.
No, there's
No,
one.
there's one on 6th,
No, there's just
Why
one.
did you do so? I stand corrected.
6th Street.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of Perry or Porter.
So
Yeah.
I guess that's my concern.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Others?
Justin D. Dominic, I'm at 802. I guess my question is if the stop signs are gonna be removed, is there something in place or any research done from your guys where you guys have a plan to stop the speedway that's gonna take place? Cause I'm right in the center of it. I have another child we're looking into putting stuff in their backyard because we're worried about the people driving past. And it's at all hours and like if you take those down, I know it's not something you wanna do, but it's a major safety issue until something awful happens, and then it's gonna be like, you know, why didn't we do something sooner? Or why did we make changes? So I guess my question is, if they do come down, what is the plan? So if anything, I think another one needs to go up. So, I guess, is there any other sort of plan that you guys have worked on if they do have to come down?
Yeah, so the way the public hearing works is that we take the input from all of you, and there's been some in writing as well. And then the board has to decide whether to change it or not, and to put the new updates into law. That won't happen tonight. You know, tonight we want to hear from the public. So I don't know, because I haven't talked to the other board members where they're at with it. I'm just telling you personally, I don't think we should take them away, because of all the reasons that you're saying, because I do worry about it. And, you know, honestly, you know what happens in the summer. Everybody figures out a way to go around everything because we can't get down Franklin Street. So, you know, what do? You cut down 10th and you go down McGee. That's what I do all the time. You'll see me quite often. So, you know, at one point that we were told that they were illegal. I don't know. We can't really find anything that says they're legal or not legal. But, you know, I share the concern that at least if there's a stop sign there, in your mind, you think, okay, I should at least slow down. I watch people also roll through them. They do by your house constantly. That's going the
Constantly.
other way. But we have to take everything into consideration, and then the board would decide. Because there's other changes in here as well that need to happen, because some of the things within the village we can't do, the police can't do because our laws aren't updated, including, you know, if you think at Third Street, that was a one-way street. We made it two ways, a one-year thing. We have to change the laws to
Sure.
coincide, so.
I think it's also easy to say, you know, tourist season, it gets busy and people are speeding, but it's all year round.
Yeah, it's
Just
true.
so we're clear on it, it's not just one
Yeah.
time a year. You could go down there right now and I'm sure
Yeah.
you'd see,
Yeah.
so,
Should have lived down there when Serenades was at the corner.
yeah.
You're dating yourself.
Yeah,
Some
But
Pete
then
guy
people
goes
slow down.
flying past my house all the time.
every day, 2 or 3 times a day.
Get his license.
Yeah, and, you know, I have talked to some of the board members, and we'll be talking to Sergeant Mosier. You know, we want more police presence down there, because it's been a constant issue, and it's getting worse, I think.
Sure.
Just a quick comment on it in general. I don't know, I'm not looking for an answer from anybody. I don't really know the reasoning of trying to remove the stop signs at this time. I mean, I was never really explained why we as a village as a whole are even trying to remove them. Other than we just were told at one point they weren't put in legally, I guess, by, you know, village board vote. But I don't really know the reason or benefit from removing them.
Yeah,
From the law enforcement standpoint, just like you guys are talking about. The other problem with when we do patrol that and stuff, or at times when we can get down there to patrol, we only have one person on most of the time. But then you're stopping every Joe Blow local on the corner, and then we write them tickets, and then we're being jerks to the local residents, and even though it's all locals for a lot of the parts that are running stop signs. So, our end, it's tough to, because we get a lot of backlash when we're writing, you know, the person that lives in 802 McGee Street, you know, like, we're getting heat for that, but yet, the other neighbor across the street's complaining about, so it's tough on our end, but I'm not pro removing them from the law enforcement aspect or keeping them. I guess I just don't know if we've ever really talked about why it's even a conversation to remove them. So.
yep, good point. Others? Wow, he's really making you do that,
I
Margaret?
know, you're making me. Margaret Mortimer, 600 North Perry Street. The other thing to look at too is if they are removed, taken out, are people gonna be aware that they're taken out? Like my fear is there's gonna be accidents because people aren't super aware that those have been removed, cross traffic, like that's the kind of horrific accident I'm thinking of as well, that like could end up in a front yard or, you know, someone walking down the street, it goes into the street. So that's the other aspect. I totally support everything else that's been said, but that's the other thing that like, if they were to be removed, are people gonna be aware of that and really stop going
Because
east
they're
to
used
west?
to them.
So
Put
that's
speed
another,
bumps all the way down there.
so that's just something else that I ask you to take into consideration as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom.
Well, I have a letter from our neighbors that live on McGee.
You can
Who
give it
wants
to Fred.
Here, Fred, nice to meet you. My name's Nicole. I live at 606 North Perry Street. I'm obviously against the stop signs being removed. I don't really understand how they're not put in place to control traffic. Is that what we said?
Yeah,
Can you explain that?
Ethan?
It's more so that you can't put in stop signs to slow down traffic is the idea with that. That's what I've been told over the years is that that's why they were put in there, not to control safety within the intersections.
Do stop signs not slow down traffic?
They're not allowed to be put in for that reason.
Okay,
That's what I'm telling you.
so that's
So-
what we're thinking, the reason they were put in.
Correct, which they're not allowed to be put in to slow down vehicles.
Okay,
They're put in there, as we've all gathered, at least in the village as a whole, because they wanted to slow down traffic, which is not a legal intention for them to be put in. It's to control the traffic within the intersections to prevent accidents or that
Yep.
kind of stuff.
so, thank you.
Yep.
I will say, I've lived here for really tough going around the corner because people park on the street and you can't see around. So having a stop sign or knowing where your stop signs are, knowing how your intersections go is really important. It's also important, and we've taught our kids how, my kid walks home from school every day and he walks home that way. And he knows the rules of the road, he knows where he's supposed to go, where it's safe. Our sidewalks aren't in great shape, so sometimes he's walking on the road. There are times where you're walking and then there is no more sidewalk. So are we gonna update the sidewalks, make it more convenient to walk on the sidewalks? What's the cost of taking down the stop signs and replacing them with something else? Is that something we're gonna have to take on as taxpayers? There's a lot to look at here, and I vote no.
Okay. Nicole, what's your last name, sorry?
Wolcott,
Okay, just so he
Wolcott.
so he has it for the record. Thank you,
Guess that's
Nicole,
all.
appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I think we should have a public hearing every meeting, then we get people here. Hi,
I'm
Stacy.
Stacy Parrish, and I'm at 304 6th Street, so I'm just right up from Mark and that. I mean, if we're looking for like a reason to prevent like accidents and that, like I know during like vintage season, we have like so many people that are parked down there, and like the visibility is very low. So just getting people to stop, you know, and I can't even think of the streets where they're at, but there's like trees that are right along the roadside that you can't see around. So just getting the stop signs there so we can see like oncoming traffic and that, and all the kids that walk to school in the area, just being another reason, but I don't think it's gonna remove them.
Thanks, Stace. If there are trees that are blocking intersections, you should let us know that. That's a different issue that we can take care of. Okay.
Also, I would like to know, as the sergeant of the police department, if there's any targeting times that are worse than others regarding traffic issues. We can't always be there, we can't do everything, but just putting some data together on our end to help target enforcement in certain areas, certain streets, certain stop signs at intersections. If we can, I mean, I'm aware of some complaints just overall in general, but if you guys can stop in or send an email, leave a voicemail, we can help compile some data so we can try to get certain areas targeted for enforcement in general as well. We can't do a lot if we specifically don't know or haven't been told about an issue. So I'm all ears. I'm at my office most days, so stop in. Email.
Speed
voicemail.
bumps. Anybody else on this issue? We're gonna leave the public hearing open, so if you think of something else, you can certainly raise your hand. Michaela, I know we have a letter from you. Any other public that would like to speak on behalf of the traffic laws at this time? Okay, we're gonna move right along, because we've got a heavy agenda here. Appreciate all of you. Okay, any other public be heard aside from traffic laws? Okay.
I like the composting idea.
Yeah, it was a great reminder. I gotta do it, but I think we can use it in the village. All right, let's take a motion for approval of the minutes from March 5th, 2024, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the regular board meeting held on March 5th, 2024.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed, that's carried, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Department reports, Chantal, thanks for meeting with, what were they called? I'm at a loss. Not Army Corps of Engineers, yeah, Erie Canal, thank you. I'm not too happy with that schedule, so the dredging is gonna go, they're gonna go north, but it's gonna be right in the middle of the season.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's going to be a little disruptive, not only to our boaters, but also the people that have launch and the boat slips. So it was July to, was it October, Chantal?
So is it gonna be impassable there?
No, they stay pretty close to the shore, but, just like it is now, if you go down to the wastewater treatment plant, you know how you see it out there. It's a little scary sometimes at night if you're out there, and they have it lit, but it's taken forever.
Now, will they, when they move north, will they add piping so that it's still going into those same ponds? Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna set up, where the boat launch is, they're gonna set up a staging area there, and then they'll dump it out from,
From there, okay.
it's probably filled in pretty good, I would bet. It really needs to happen, but I wish they'd done it in the wintertime.
Yeah, right. Would've been so
Yeah,
much
it
more
seems like
convenient.
we're a tourist, town.
Hey, Justin, could you guys, because it's a little hard to hear up here. I mean, I'm happy to talk with you if you like, but I love that you guys are chatting, but we can't hear up here, so.
My apologies.
That's okay.
Might as well.
Not a problem. Chantel, anything else? Okay, thank you. How about you, Kenny?
No.
Filling potholes?
Still filling potholes, yeah.
All right. There,
A couple of bad ones.
there's no shortage of that. All right, no codes. Megan's out. Tommy is out. Terry is sick. Anything further, Ethan? No fire. No treasures. Okay, I take a motion to accept all department reports.
I make a motion to accept all, apartment reports.
Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. No opposed, it's carried, thank you. All right, we got a hefty list here. First voting item, I'd like to congratulate Stacy Parrish, who will be our new superintendent of Village Parks and Recreation. I need a motion, please, to appoint Stacy.
Make a motion, we approve Stacy Parrish, the superintendent of Village Parks and Recreation at $65,000 a year,
Excuse me.
beginning April 1st.
Second.
Further discussion? Congratulations, Stacy, welcome to the team.
Your days going in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, carried, thank you. I'm gonna leave that public hearing open because there's still people here. Okay, next, we're gonna move Chantel Fitzgerald to a permanent pay increase, effective 4/1. I need a motion, please.
I move to approve Chantal Fitzgerald temporary increase of $2.50 per hour, that it be made permanent effective on April 1st, 2024.
I second it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed, carried, thank you. Before I get into this next voting item, Fred, there's no list with this, so can we table it, or?
We can table it, you guys actually, was it not the last board meeting, board meeting before, we actually had the list in here, we looked
Yes.
at it. So what this is we actually did a resolution to approve the list. Then the fire department has to run it in the paper for 30 days, or they have to run it and advertise it for 30 days. This is just us verifying that they signed this letter saying that they did that last step, and then
Okay.
after that you certify.
Okay,
So, I mean, if we want to, we certainly can, but we did do a resolution that said that,
I would do that.
okay, so we'll take a motion, please.
A motion to approve the review and certify the 2023 firefighters record and approval, the signing of the 2023 LOSAP sponsored authorization form.
I'll second it.
Okay. Good discussion? Everybody's comfortable? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed, carried, thank you. Thanks for the reminder.
I could have put that resolution in, that might help.
No, well, that's okay. I remembered it now that you said it. Okay, dumpster day, that's May 11th, 2024. We need to approve the contract for recycling, et cetera.
Make a motion, we approve Greenleaf Recycling for dumpster day contract.
A second.
Further discussion?
Just,
Are they including shredding this year?
Yes,
it says shredding charge is $100.
it's in
Yeah.
there.
What, I just say, how big is a tote? $60 per tote.
It's,
What's a
it's pretty
tote?
big.
That's a shredding tote.
It's pretty big. We
It's big.
have one downstairs in the office that's very similar.
I was just
It's like a,
curious.
it's bigger than a garbage can.
I'm not sure how.
I don't know how many
how much
gallons
shredding
it is.
Every year, I don't know how well you guys did it with the shredding. I mean, I know that.
Last year there was a few.
It was pretty, it
Not a
was,
lot.
Yeah,
Wasn't
There was
as
a few.
much,
I don't think there was a full, like a lot though, but.
not as much as,
Yeah, Greenleaf overall, when it comes down to the rentals for the dumpsters, they were all 30 year, they all got scored based on, well, same thing we did last year. But as far as the overall rates, they were in fact lower, so, as the overall total.
What do we have this one in the packet?
That's the 3 bids, there's 3 of them in there, 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
The
yeah, I read them.
Dumpster is the top one, but we put the other ones in there just obviously so the public could see it. But those are
Okay.
3, Swarth out, and then, this is the Elmore Enterprises, they actually do it first
okay.
year,
Yeah.
and then Greenleaf actually did the June.
And we want to cut, and Greenleaf is the one we've been going with, is that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and they had the most affordable bid.
Okay.
I think we had them last year, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, that's carried. And just a reminder, that's 8 to 12 on May 11th, 2024. Okay, annual meeting of NIPA and MEAU. I need a motion, please.
I move that we approve the NYMPA annual meeting and MEUA semi-annual meeting. Electric Supervisor Tom Ballard for, May 21st and 22nd, with a $150 registration fee and $169 for lodging.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, that's carried, thank you.
Manhattan Glazed Way.
All right,
They do it every year.
this is an annual resolution identifying Tommy Ballard as our delegate for the NEAU Association of New York. I need a motion, please.
I make a motion for the resolution designating Tommy Ballard as the Village of Watkins Glen delegate to the semi-annual conference of the Municipal Electric Utilities Association of New York.
I will second it.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed. Carried. Boy, we are moving right along.
We are.
Okay, so you give us a lot to do and we move fast. All right, so resolution committing the cash match. This refers to Kristen's presentation, designating the delegate, whoops, wait a minute, wrong one. Committing the cash match for the U.S. Economic Development Administration 2023 Public Works and Economic Adjustment Assistance Funding for Phase 2 of the Water Systems Improvement Projects. Need a motion, please.
I make a motion, the resolution committing a cash match for the EDA's 2023 PWEAA funding.
A second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that is carried, no opposed.
Lots of money.
Thanks, Kristen. All right. Next, this relates to our renewal of the Watkins Glen Fair Housing Plan. I'll take a motion, please.
A motion to approve the resolution renewing Village of Watkins Glen Fair Housing Market Plan and designating a fair housing officer.
And that officer is Fred,
Me.
just so you know.
That you, Fred?
That's me.
Fred.
Attaboy.
Yep, and April's considered Fair Housing Month, even though we fair housing all the time. But April specifically gets designated for,
Right.
for our CD.
Who seconded that?
I had Bob, and I didn't have a second.
Second.
Okay, you guys can fight over it.
Let it be Nan, she's gone out.
Okay, we'll let it be Nan. All right, further discussion? All in favor? Aye. No opposed, carried. Okay, Okay, next voting item is increase the summer rec program registration fee to $125 a week.
I make a motion to increase the summer recreation program registration fee to $125 per week.
I'll second it.
Further discussion?
What is it now?
Actually, the way it's worded, because like, I don't know, to me, registration fee means like the initial payment,
Yeah, I kind of read it that way too.
Yeah.
So it should be,
Oh, as opposed to weekly,
as opposed to
Yeah.
the weekly,
So should we-
the weekly cost.
yeah.
so we
Good.
cross registration, and put weekly.
Weekly fee, yeah, I think that's,
If you want to amend your motion, Margaret?
yeah, I'd like to amend my motion to increase the summer recreation program registration fee to weekly fee to $125 per week. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay.
You want to second that, Nancy?
Second it?
Okay, now further discussion.
Okay, so what was it before?
It was
100.
100 last year per week.
Per week?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we also, through partnerships with various organizations and municipalities, have been providing quite a few camperships for families that can't afford, or, you know, are having hardships and can't afford the registration.
And what does this include?
It-
What is this
It's
for?
a weekly summer recreation program.
No, but I mean, what do they get for that?
Well, they get all kinds of programming for a whole day of,
I mean, there's food,
yep, there's food.
And there's,
Busing.
There's transportation.
Transportation.
probably should mention to them that if they only go like, what was it, like
Oh,
the
and
half
there's
day?
a half day,
there's a half day
rate,
thing too.
yeah, we didn't get all those fees in here, but.
That's because we
Yeah,
didn't,
Terry's here.
I think that's because they didn't change the other, is that correct, Terry?
Yeah, Terry, yeah,
Yeah,
Terry's.
we didn't
Yeah,
change
here.
the other fees.
Why don't you speak
right?
to the other fees, just so we have.
It would prefer you to, because the microphone will pick you up, otherwise no one will hear you. So if you don't mind. that'd be
So
great.
the $125 registration fee covers transportation from their home to the program, which is done through the school. Transportation half-day if they're going to the summer rec program that the school offers before they come to ours at the lake. It will include breakfast and lunch for the students. They're not required to take that, but if they choose, we offer that. It'll also include all the programming, as far as the science center coming in every day for 2 hours. It will include craft activities that we do, and this year, we are going to do daily snacks with the kids, which will show them how they'll be given the food to prepare, and they'll be given recipe cards at the end of the week so that they can make those healthy snacks at home too. So it's gonna be a lot of
There's swimming, there's.
Yeah.
swimming, we have
That was really
lifeguards.
cool
that-
programs last year. They
plaster Paris, we get to do plaster Paris?
Remember we used to
Just like last year, we did it just for you, we called it the Peach Rock Plaster
All
Paris.
right.
Did you really do it?
We did.
I love.
Boondoggle
What about
too?
boondoggle?
We did
Boondoggle.
boondoggle.
We
Oh.
don't have tetherball anymore.
We do not have tetherball.
Or bocce.
The pole was still there. Did we take it out, I think?
It was not there last year.
Remember they used to have bocce courts
Bocce.
too?
We do have one someplace to be put in. I asked that it not be put in until after summer rec. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know where it is. But I didn't want the
Yeah.
tetherball at summer rec.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
okay, thank you.
That's
Any
fine.
other questions about the program?
Yeah, there was kids, yeah, it wasn't good.
So we do offer the half-day program too, which is $75.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that didn't change from last year, correct? I don't think that changed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it still open to the public? Can I ask questions?
You can.
Do I need to stand up?
You should,
Okay,
You can.
unless you want to yell.
I don't mind.
Am I
We just do this for the people that are watching, because it's really hard to
Okay,
hear.
if you need anything
No, I have
else.
questions for you too.
Oh, you have questions for me
Yes.
too?
So it's increasing to 125 per child for the week, correct?
Correct.
Where is that increase going? Is it going to the things that we're providing for the kids? Is it providing increase in pay to the workers?
It's providing more workers this year than we had last year.
So we can accommodate more kids?
We can accommodate more kids.
Okay,
It's
All right.
going to more activities this year.
okay. Awesome.
Supplies,
It's hard to know where you're going.
supplies.
Yeah.
The cost of food is a lot more.
It is, and the like, the general increase of living.
The overall planning for the budget of summer rec is in the process right now. General costs are increasing, but in terms of real specifics, we can't nitpick answers right now. The programming,
Yeah.
the cost of the whole budgeting is being prepared as we speak.
Okay,
Okay.
just be it known, I have questions.
Okay.
You
Well,
know,
that will be public information, but
Okay.
right now we're in the planning phase. Thanks.
okay,
Yeah, and the program, just so you know, and the public knows, is that it's not just based on these fees. If we keep the fees down as low as we can, it's based also by area businesses, et cetera, donating towards the program, because the program's close to $100,000 to put it on.
sure.
Yeah.
And I love that our school district gets a lot of like local produce for their,
Mhm.
everything that they do. I love it. I just want to be more informed on where my money is going.
Sure, and as
So I'm
soon as
gonna-
budgets are complete,
Yeah,
they're
the bu-
there.
it's public.
Public information.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
And I just go on the website to find that.
as soon as we finish it,
Yeah.
we're right in the
We're
middle
right
of
in the
it.
middle of it.
Yep. Thank you. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
No, opposed, that's carried. The next is a item that we had missed when we reviewed the fees for the park, so it's just increasing the ice. Seems silly,
Make a
but,
motion to increase ice per bag, where did I lost it? On the 2024 Coop Park rate sheet to $2.50 a bag.
I'll second it.
further discussion?
Can
All
we
in
go down
favor?
in by ice?
You sure can.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Heck, yeah.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed. Carried.
Excuse me.
Okay, this we went over last meeting, but the application was finalized, we were waiting, Stacy had to get the, insurance, so I need a motion, and this is on the Easter egg hunt.
You did get the insurance now.
Yep,
Yep.
I make a motion, we approve the special events application by Kevin Stacassos for the 8th annual Easter egg hunt, March 30th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Coop Park.
I'll second it.
further discussion? I think you're all set, right?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for doing that, sorry I won't be here to help out this year.
Yeah, spread eggs this year.
It was fun last time. I really enjoyed it. Anybody that's around, go and volunteer and help Stacy. We threw eggs and threw straw and,
8 a.m.
yep,
And it's not supposed to rain so far, so we'll
brought
see.
my
Oh, that's
coffee.
good. Yeah. Did we do a yay or nay?
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, it's carried. Okay, the next is a event center application waiver. I need a motion. What's going on out there, Ethan?
Just speaking for somebody.
I know if you're looking out the window, it's something fun. Who's gonna motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the event center application by the Schuyler County Legislature for the Inter-County Association of Western New York monthly meeting 10/28 at 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., requesting that the fee be waived.
I'll second that.
Further discussion?
How much is the fee again?
Chantel?
We usually charge the nonprofit rate.
500.
Yeah.
Was it 500? Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Other questions?
Well, why should we waiver it?
It's up to the board. I think just from past history, for any municipality or state events, so we have a state event coming up May 9th, we don't charge as a courtesy. So that's been historical,
That's what I was doing.
just so you know.
All right, then that puts it similar. Okay.
Other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
You're opposed, or?
I'm opposed.
Okay, so two
That's nay.
opposed, motion carried, 3-2. Okay, next is a 4-hour, I can't imagine why anybody would want to do this. A 4-hour notary Zoom class.
Wow.
I need a motion.
I make a motion for the 4-hour notary Zoom class refresher course for Megan Fernandez on 4/26 for $60.
Second.
Further discussion. I first read this without my glasses, and I thought it said 4-hour Zumba class. Why is this on here?
It came across my email, and I wanted Megan to have, it's been a year since she got it, so just
Okay.
something for her to kind of.
And all I
There-
saw was
there-
4-H. I was a 4-H leader for 10 years. I'm going,
Well,
who's
Zumba
doing a
sounds better
4-H?
than, Zumba sounds better than Notary Public.
I know, I can't imagine anything drier. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, that's carried, thank you. All right, moving right along, the New York Rural Association 45th Annual Technical Training. This is for Terry Wilcox, I need a motion, please.
I move that we approve the New York Rural Water Association 45th Annual Technical Training Workshop. Superintendent of Public Works, Terry Wilcox, to attend. I'm just gonna add that in because it makes sense. May 20th through 23rd for $370. But we need lodging costs. We got the lodging costs, right?
Well, they'll be added, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So, I guess
That was my own little note, so that I
oh, okay.
needed to follow up.
I'll second that.
Further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, that's carried. Next is the lead renovator program for Scott Cole. I need a motion.
I make a motion, we approve the lead renovator program for the code enforcement officer Scott Cole on April 25th, and the cost is free.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
No opposed. Carried. Okay, let's see. I need a motion close. Is there any other public want to speak on the traffic? Okay, I need a motion to close the public hearing.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, that is carried. Okay, just so the public knows, the board will take into consideration the comments. We have some in writing, and there's a couple of other adjustments. We call this the Nan Woodworth Street Laws, so
But I'll be
hopefully,
gone.
we'll get them done next meeting. The question I have, Fred, that maybe we need to follow up on is, do we have to do another public hearing to put it into law, to update the law? Because we're not gonna vote on the law tonight.
For the street laws though?
Yeah, street law, sorry.
No, we've
Since
had
we-
our public hearing, so.
Okay.
So
We
changes
can
can be
bring it
made
back, we're
based
just
on
going
the
to take
public
in
hearing.
the feedback and
Yep.
then make a decision, then we're gonna vote on it,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so can we move this to the next?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. All right, let's get a motion on the general audit with the updated amount, please.
I make a motion that we approve the general audit dated March 22nd, 2024, with a total amount of $365,262.74.
I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed, thank you, it's carried. Whew, all right, so, couple of things. Officer Wesley Hines is resigning, I think the board knew that. He will stay on as a part-time police officer. Officer Hines has been a wonderful addition to our police agency, so we'll miss him, but you'll still see him around. He's just great. The other piece that you'll see, there's a draft in here, and I really need the board to take this and review it. I've been working on this with codes and our legal counsel for a little bit. As you'll recall, we have a current law on the books related to abandoned properties, including properties that are burnt and that people haven't taken care of. So the problem with the current law is there's not enough teeth in it. So I've been working with Dave. This is the update, so it's really important that the board understands this, reads this, so we're gonna have to have a public hearing. Hopefully we can do that next meeting. I'd like to get this into law because we've got some things that we need to take care of, and we can't do it with the current law. So, please take a look at it. If you have questions in the meantime, let Fred or myself know, and I can get back to the attorney. I think this one is much cleaner. It's got the teeth, I think, that we need. There's some typos, thank you, Margaret. You caught the teacher in you.
Yeah.
So I just put that on your radar because that's gonna be coming next meeting, I hope. We weren't ready to do it quite yet. All right, schedule-wise, I need the board to get this on your calendar. So, no meeting on April 2nd. I think we talked about this last time. Steve is away until April 11th, right, Steve? April 11th? Okay.
That's correct.
So, can the board meet, so our next board meeting wouldn't be until April 11th, will that work?
Works for me. It's a Thursday.
Yeah. I don't come back until the 9th late, so I'm gonna be gone that week. Does that work?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, you're good to go, Steve. Okay, so I'm gonna have Fred advertise 5 o'clock that night.
We're gonna start at 5?
The regular board meeting is gonna be at 6, but I wanna have a board workshop before, so that we can have open discussion about protocol, what happens if I'm not here, what do you all need to do, help when we have a new board member come in, get the liaison set up so that people know what to expect, and cause you both still need to have some tours of departments that
Correct.
Fred and I have been talking about that hadn't happened, so I'd like to do a 5 o'clock.
So on the 11th, 5 o'clock workshop, 6 o'clock board
Yep.
meeting.
Yep. Okay, and then the following meeting would be on the 23rd. Is that gonna be okay?
I'll be gone.
You'll be gone.
I'll be away that week.
Okay. Are you guys here on the 23rd?
Yep.
Tuesday, the 23rd.
Yes.
Steve, are you available on Tuesday, the 23rd? Okay, so Bob won't be here, that's okay. And then we'll
I
go
was gonna
May,
tell you in executive, but shoot.
okay. May, we'll go back into our regular, so Chantel, just so you know, because I told you the wrong dates the other day.
Okay.
So then May, we'll go back into the regular schedule. This is all because
That'll
I'm,
work out perfectly, 'cause
Yeah. it's
Well,
gonna work
and
out
So
great.
it'll be 7th and 21st, right?
It'll be the 11th. Oh, what are you talking about?
No.
She's in May.
Oh, May.
yes, the
Yeah.
7th,
We'll go back
yep,
there.
that's correct.
Back
Okay.
to the regular schedule. Yep,
yep.
yep. Works perfect.
Ideally, I'd like to get the budget done next board meeting.
Yep.
So that means public hearing, so we got a lot to advertise. Public hearing and get that budget done.
And you want the one for the
General fund?
The houses, yeah, that one. We're gonna do that one next time too?
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, hopefully, okay.
That would be a public hearing, then we'd be voting on the street laws, if.
Yep.
And then also.
Public
voting
hearing,
budget.
So we have a public hearing about budget.
yeah,
Public hearing about that.
Yep.
Unkept house, and voting on the street laws.
yep,
Okay.
okay? If you have questions in between, certainly ask. And then a couple other things, May 15th through the 17th, I have trustee Skimmets and deputy mayor and myself going to the conference.
Would you say 17th and 8th?
15th.
May 15th to the 17th, right?
Okay.
Okay, I made the reservations today, I sent them to your email.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Is it,
And you're not going, right?
No, I mean.
Well, you're gonna be away the next week,
The very next week, so I'll give you those dates, but.
okay.
is it in Albany? Is that right?
No, it's in,
Sycamore.
Big flag.
Sagamore.
Wow.
Nice, Bob. Real nice.
I'll commute.
We're going to Big Flats. All right,
In the Sagamore, Sagamore's the name of the resort, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
In,
And
I
that
Up on
is
Lake
where-
George.
Lake
Oh, that's
George.
right, Lake George. Oh, that's gonna be a long ride.
think it's 4.5 hours.
And that's 15, 16, 17.
Yep, Wednesday to Friday, and we can ride together. All right, and then, just
Gotta
as a,
have luggage, you gonna have a trailer?
oh no. Just as a heads up, and I'll let you know more, we're gonna have at least one, maybe two ribbon cuttings coming up in May, for our final DRI projects. So I'll let you know, there'll probably be some state individuals here, but I just wanted to let you know. I'm losing my voice.
County community thing's coming up soon too.
Would you mind reading this?
No.
So, we got this letter, I'm gonna have Nan read it, because I'd like, when people send letters in, I'd like to have them read, but only I'm gonna have her read it, because I'm losing my voice again. I just want it for the record, for the,
Try to keep my-
I know, we're all got that same cough.
Okay, March 18th, 2024. Since my personal health will not allow me to be in closed spaces with other people, I ask that the following letter be read at the next board meeting and entered into public record. To the Mayor and Board of Trustees of Watkins Glen. Reason abandoned property. I am writing to complain about the way in which the village has failed to comply with its statutory responsibilities to cope with abandoned properties in the village, more specifically with two properties at either end of Lakeview Avenue. Local law number 3 of 2021 states that the purpose of this local law is to establish a registration requirement as a mechanism to protect local neighborhoods from the negative impact that can occur due to vacancy, etc. It goes on to describe a series of processes, fines, and penalties with administration assigned to the code's enforcement official. To date, there is no discernible evidence that the law has been enforced. The property at the northern end of the street was abandoned before it was consumed by a fire, now nearly 6 months ago, and included reports that it was occupied by unauthorized people at the time of the fire. It now sits open to the elements. The property at the southern end of the street, the former Isley property, has been abandoned for an even longer period. While I have not personally seen such, I have heard reports that this piece may also be used by unauthorized persons. The neighborhood surrounding these properties contains many stately older homes, and might normally be described as one of the nicest places in the village. It is also fair to report that it contains some of the most highly assessed pieces of the village, and that even the most simple home pays its fair share of taxes. These two abandoned properties not only represent a blight on the beauty of our neighborhood, but also a real threat to our physical safety and security from further fires, flying debris, or the eventual collapse of either, or both, buildings, not to mention any possible illegal use such as a source for drug use and sale. The administration needs to explain to all residents why it has failed to comply with its own statute and to examine any possible malfeasance by its codes enforcement officers for failure to complying with his legally described job requirements. Thank you, Nick J. Paradiso Jr.
Thank you. You have this, Fred?
Yep. I do have a copy.
So it's very timely. I had talked to Mr. Paradiso quite a few times. I have a lot of respect for him, but he's right. And it was very timely because we'd been working on this update, so hopefully next meeting, and Codes is working on these properties that we know of that really need to come down, and they're a health and safety risk to our neighborhoods, and they look horrible.
Yep.
So, okay.
Agreed.
Thank you. I know we all got the same cough. I'm looking at you because I'm sure under board concerns you have something on
I
it.
have something.
Before Peter goes, I want to remind him to steal it.
I-
Well, your list is ridiculous, I've got one.
And Margaret and I have.
Oh, that's right, yeah, that one, yeah.
So April 8th is obviously the eclipse, which is Schuyler County's got their plan set.
Yep.
And everybody's closing down early, so I thought I wanted to talk about the same thing with the office. Letting everybody out probably, I don't know what would a reasonable time would be. I think the event
2:30.
starts at 2, probably, so maybe do a half day
I was
for,
gonna say,
close it down.
there's no sense of coming back after lunch.
Yeah, well, we're getting messages, the bank, and the school, the library, everybody's closing down, so just, and not, I don't forecast it to be what everyone else has said it's gonna be, I can't see the entire streets lined with cars and no one can move or anything, but on the safe side, one, it gets the families home to do what they wanna do in front of, with their families.
Might be
whereas
overcast
the-
that day too.
Right, right, but that's my plan, so I'd like to do that and just be consistent, that plus the kids.
So you're just talking about the office?
Yep, just the office.
Because I could imagine, I mean, those guys go home at 2:30 anyways.
The villages, they might, I mean, they might want
And
to
the poor
discuss that, but
police always have to work.
yes.
So we're actually bringing in extra guys to wear it, unfortunately.
Well,
Yes,
and make sure
that's-
you have do you all need glasses? You know, that's something I could get for everybody.
I haven't thought much about
Well, I'll get
eye
a,
protection at this
you,
point.
you,
We
re-
want them at the insurance company.
we'll get them I'll get them for you at the chamber.
They're also available on
We need to have them for all
Amazon.
departments anyways.
The
But you gotta
library
make
has
sure,
one.
a lot of people sell glasses that aren't, I was just looking it up today.
No, the chamber has them.
Yeah, but they have to be, they said the way you can do a test to see if they're legit is, to go, to find out.
Look at the light, if you go blind or no good.
Right, yeah, look at the light, and if you can't, if it's completely dark, then.
We're
you're
actually
good to go.
very fortunate to be in an area that is
Yeah, it's gonna
literally
be cool.
almost 100% view.
98%.
So,
So what do you
there's
think,
two parts to that.
1:30?
Obviously, I'd like the rest of the staff to be able to go and participate with their families and friends where they want to do. But then also, just in case it is a little chaotic, I don't imagine so, but we're planning for it, right? I mean, that's the county, the village.
Yeah, we've been planning for a year on
Yeah.
safety
Rochester's
and
really shutting down.
worst case scenario.
They're right there.
I
So
Yeah,
actually,
they're-
probably
I,
the 12:30.
there might be a lot more.
They're like
traffic
100%
because
totality
my
there.
sister found out that
Rochester,
on-
Buffalo.
They're gonna, at a certain point during the day, they're gonna shut down the throughway for the anticipated traffic
Well, because of
and
where people.
start detouring people on these smaller
Right.
routes. So some people might not even make it to their destination in time,
We-
depending on when they
We've
leave.
been told some portions of the day or hours of the day could be like NASCAR Sunday egress.
Yeah.
For hours on end,
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah,
The event is
Yeah.
actually, it's like a 2.5 hour from start to finish as far as
Yeah, we may see a 2 to 4 hour window of
chaos.
chaos.
Yeah,
I
just
think-
remember, some departments can't go because
Yeah.
Parks is gonna have a big event there, so we're gonna need people there.
I'll be there.
Are you going? It's gonna be that event, I'm sorry to miss, because that's gonna be really cool. So, so what do you think, 1:30 or?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, I mean,
Just like a
probably one, just because it gives them a window to get out of there.
because there might be more traffic, I
Yeah,
think.
who knows?
Yeah.
Like I said, it could be completely cloudy and you get to see nothing, so.
The
we'll
birds
see.
are gonna be quiet.
All the engines.
I'll be in Florida.
Yep.
I'm not even here.
Did I take one off your list, Peter?
Yes, it did.
Darn it.
What
You
else
did
you
nice.
got? I know you crossed some things off because
Yeah.
we're probably talking
Okay.
about
Two
stop
have to
signs.
go, Margaret and I.
So speaking of the code enforcement, I think we need to make it a little more official. He doesn't never have any credentials on him, or a badge, or identification.
That has actually come up more than once, so
Yeah.
that's a good point.
He needs some kind of a uniform or something, so people know that he's,
Some authority.
Yeah, even a vest with the walk-ins and the code enforcement, and then with, just to kind of.
Yeah, the town of Reading, theirs is very professional,
Yeah.
I've
yeah.
heard that he's,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
We
fully
can-
decked out.
We definitely need to look into that, because,
Right, because some guy
Well,
comes
but
to your
people
house,
don't
you
know.
who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he does, he walks into businesses and does inspections and doesn't even have signed papers
Right.
or anything.
Yeah, we can do that.
And the other thing for us is the managers meeting.
Yeah, so that, I don't even know where it's at right now.
It's Tuesday at 9:00.
So it's gonna be Tuesdays.
Yes, yes. As far as everyone's concerned, it's my fault, but,
doesn't matter.
Tuesday at 9 o'clock is what we.
I like the 9 o'clock.
That's what we settle on.
I like that. 10 was better, but 9's fine. See,
You just gotta bring more donuts, that's all.
I'm the only one that brings donuts.
I do.
I brought banana bread one time.
You
Yeah.
did. All right, are you done with your?
Yeah, that's good. huh?
Wow, you're
You
doing
got-
good.
No, because you
All
already
right,
got 2 of them.
So Margaret and I have been trying to keep track of the timelines and various grants and organizational requests for Summer Rec. So we just wanted
And
to.
summer concert series.
Yeah, and the summer concert series. So we wanted to keep the board abreast of those that have been completed, and then we will turn over to the parks, but we're getting that whole timeline together. So Margaret, why don't you,
Yeah, well, the Erie Canal one was submitted. I don't.
and we brought that up ahead of time, but the Erie Canal was submitted.
Yeah, that was
We haven't heard
submitted,
the
but
result
I
of
don't know,
that.
I.
That
would
doesn't
you're
come
gonna
out
hear
until-
About the Erie
I haven't
Canal.
seen anything yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't come out, I don't think, till the end of April.
Oh, okay. And
Okay.
then, I'm working on.
And that was for the music in the park, so we'll just.
Oh, that's
wanna
right,
stay
yeah,
in
that's, I
contact.
keep getting that mixed up.
Yeah.
So might as well continue with the music in the park thing. I'm in the process of getting the one for the Arts Council done. And then I'm gonna go to,
So that's at Lafayette Park?
yeah, these will be Lafayette Park on Tuesday nights. I'm really hoping that we can get enough funds to bring in that, it's a quintet, not a quartet.
Oh, that's,
It's a little bit expensive, but then when I was looking at, well, what numbers that I had available to me, I think it might be doable. So that would be like an extra one. I don't know if that would be extra Tuesday or,
Are you working, because Chantel's got the schedule, so.
yeah, Chantal gave me the
Okay.
schedule. She's been very good about giving me, giving both of us information and stuff like that. So I think it might be doable, but that one's still in the air.
Okay.
So that's that. So, and I'm gonna go to WG Promotions to see if they might go around and solicit, because we can't, funds, because I know that's how Rose Chacon used to do it back in the day. I think, I'm pretty sure now.
Promotions can't do that either, and I can
They
give
can't
you,
do it? I thought they could.
well, I can give you some background on that.
Okay.
They took the music in the park for a little bit, but it was a kind of a disaster. So I don't know, you can talk to Michaela, she was here tonight. I don't know that they'll take it back. I'm on that board too, so.
Oh, okay.
I can help, but I also had a potential for a sponsor for, we had music, was it every Sunday, Chantal?
yeah.
Under the tent. So, I don't know if it's gonna work out, but maybe.
Well, I noticed
That's
that's
Clue
where
Park,
the biggest expenses were. That's why I'm wondering, because
We're not gonna pay what we paid before. That was way, 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 way
Yeah.
overpaid.
Well, right now the plan,
It needs to be sooner than later, because all these bands are booking.
look it
Yeah.
up, yeah. So right now the plan, yeah. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
No, I'm saying this is late in the season for them to start booking. now.
Yeah,
So right now we've got the 8 Tuesdays.
yep, which is great. People love that, and that
Yeah.
park will be done. Lights will be in. I hope to have new
Grass?
grass and picnic tables and benches and a new sign, I hope.
Nice. So
How
now
long
the
is-
summer rec thing, you might,
I don't
want
have
you
a
to do
list
that one,
with me,
Dan.
Margaret.
What?
I don't have a list with me. So, you were in on the last one that we want to make them aware of. That was with,
Oh my gosh, I've been working on so many different things now. Well, you sent letters out to people
yeah,
and,
the municipalities.
You
So
got some
We've
of them.
got municipalities, both the town of Dix
it was, what the heck? I
and
didn't-
town of Hector.
And I didn't
are
bring my folder, I
contributing
can't
for-
believe I can't remember the name.
Town of Dix and town of Reading are contributing for camperships, so we've got a start there. And we also have money from Triangle Fund, and
Burdette.
Burdette, and Burdette.
Yeah.
And Triangle Fund, monies came at the end of last summer to be used this year, but that will need to be applied for by early May. So we're getting this whole timeline of all of this together.
And we're also gonna send information to the county.
Yep, I have that on my
Just
to-do
so
for
they
yeah.
can look at how we voted tonight.
Too bad.
And there's one other grant you're working on, Margaret, but I've forgotten what it is.
I'm like embarrassed, and I can't even think of it right now.
Yes, thank you.
What is it?
Community Foundation.
Community, yeah.
So
that's
the
right.
Roy's Chetzer.
Royce Chestnut,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That one, ooh, we're gonna bring that today and have the board look at it. We finished that one, didn't we? We did.
So-
All right,
So
we'll
the
pass it on.
the Royce Chetzoid grant, an amount goes towards some operational funds, but
$2,000,
then
yeah.
another amount, depends on parents applying for camperships.
And you guys got all that out to them and stuff, so that's good, yeah.
So,
It's kinda like a two-part thing.
Well,
lots going on. We wanted to keep you abreast of things that Margaret and I were doing before it gets turned over to the park office, so.
well, really appreciate all your work on that,
Yeah.
and thank you again, Nan.
Well, and I'll finish the council, Arts Council grant before, I'll get that done, so that I'm not gonna just leave it, for you to finish up. I'm almost there with that. What?
The one thing I noticed real quick was the cover that we put over the pavilion thing. Did you notice the water buildup in the one section where it's come, like there's a big, I
Talking
think,
about the tent that you
the-
just put up?
yes.
Okay.
So I think we need to get somebody down there to, it's supposed to rain more,
I'll tell.
or it's gonna rip that, it'll
You'll
rip
see
the,
Scott in the morning? Well, Kenny will see him.
yeah, that's why I'm saying
I
it.
forgot Kenny was here.
I think you can see where it's,
He'll be down there tonight.
Well, he's watching, so Scott, can you go ahead and?
He called me earlier, but I was on the other line.
just
All
so it
right.
doesn't rip is all.
Any other, welcome back. Don't forget, you gotta move. I need a motion to move to executive. We have one personnel item that I need to discuss.
I make a motion, move to executive.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you all.
Have a good evening.